Has studying medicine played a role in the way your life is structured now as an adult?
It was medicine that taught me, okay, you need to wake up in the day and think about what's most important.
It actually puts me in check that if I'm going to be organizing other aspect of my life, I shouldn't actually forget another aspect of my life, because you might say, okay, let me pour my all into medicine. Another part of your life will be suffering.
Hospital is a very sad place. I don't know if you've ever been to hospital, you see that there's so much sadness.
Because there are people that are not kind to themselves. So when they see people being kind to them, they actually bounce it off with negativity. Hi bandmates, and to my new viewers, hi guys, I'm Abby, a student doctor based in Nigeria, currently in her 4th year of studies, and this is ABW Therapy Session, a series on this channel where we talk about everything related to life within and outside of medical school. And today I'm here with my colleague. What's your name?
You can call me OI.
Alright, and today we're going to be discussing the topic navigating adulthood as young professionals. The first question here is, has studying medicine played a role in the way your life is structured now as an adult?
100%. The way I used to be in secondary school and primary school is definitely so different from the way I am now. And I think that one primary thing that medicine has done for me is to change my relationship with God. And what I mean by that is, it's very different now because it's easy to get so overwhelmed in medical school and it's easy to get burnt out, and it's nice to have someone you can just pour out your heart to. He's closer, he's way closer now. I can see him as a father in my life now more than ever. And that is something that medicine has done for me. And also the issue of time management and prioritizing tasks. Something that I don't used to do before was right to-do list. So who knew about to do this in primary school?
Nobody.
It was medicine that taught me, okay, you need to wake up in the day and think about what's most important. What do you want to accomplish today? I think that's what medicine has done for me.
Definitely. For me, time management. Normally I'm actually a very meticulous person right from start. Right from my high school, I'm always meticulous, but not as meticulous as I am right now. Like, aside from my physical environment, I like my things organized because it helps me keep my brain sane, because medicine tend to scatter my head. You get? So I need my space to be quite organized so that I'll be organized in my head as well. And also for academics as well, it has helped me in, trying to prioritize things, because it actually affected me. I didn't prioritize my academics like that, and it kind of affected me because I left out some topics and I saw it happening, saw the negative impact. Do you get? It actually puts me in check that if I'm going to be organizing other aspect of my life, I shouldn't actually forget another aspect of my life, because medicine can actually make you might say, okay, let me pour my all into medicine. Another part of your life will be suffering, and then you'll be like, okay, let me pour my all into this, I'll come back to medicine. That side of your life will suffer. So medicine has helped me to find a balance. Do you get? Because without balance, one side will actually make you collapse and everything will just collapse. That's one thing that medicine has actually helped me out in my adult life. What are the most important lessons you've learned in life, especially as a doctor to be?
I think this question looks like the first question.
Yeah, it's quite similar, but
okay, one big thing is teamwork in medical school. The fact that there's a limit to what you can do on your own, and it's just a blessing to be surrounded with people that are doing the same thing as you are. Like my classmates, it's just a blessing to have people that, okay, you can get this from, you can get this material from, you can get this material from, you can discuss with. So that is something that medicine has done for me.
For me, life lesson that medicine has taught me is that nobody is going to save me. I said this in my other video. That's one thing that life medicine has taught me, that if you're in medical school, no matter how much people around you will help you out, will encourage you, if you don't encourage yourself, if you don't stand up and do what you're supposed to do, nobody is going to come and do that for you. Do you get?
I want to say something.
I see.
Okay, another thing is that okay, the Bible says, I have given you the land. God was saying to Joshua, I think, I've given you the land, go in and take possession of it. Something that is very, very, very big in medicine is the place of hard work, the place of doing what you are supposed to do. The fact that no one is going to do what you're supposed to do for you.
Exactly.
So that's why he said, even though you have the victory, but you need to go and take your land, you need to go and take
Can't possess.
You can't possess what belongs to you.
Yeah.
And even when you said, I've given them to you, but you need to hamstring their horses, you will need to burn their chariots. So there's always a place for hard work.
Yeah.
And also perseverance, because like I said in the beginning, this is very easy to get burnt out in medicine, but you need to persevere, and whenever you fall, you just get
pick
back
yourself
up.
Because if you just depend on people to come and help you, obviously you're surrounded by people that are also going through the same thing you're going through, so you don't expect them to just leave their own problems and try to give you that hand every single time. So you have to find a way in your head to mentally pick yourself up when you're down, because everybody's going through one thing or the other. So it has helped me to slap myself and be a better person, be a bigger person, stand up, because nobody's going to come and do that for you. That's another thing medicine has taught me. Has studying medicine made you look at life with more empathy than you used to?
I think I've always been the naturally empathic person, from easily crying when I'm watching sad scenes to knowing what someone is feeling even when the person has not spoken. I think I've always been someone who feels deeply.
Like you read good body languages, like you're able to read body language.
Exactly. Haters will disagree, but in hospital settings, hospital is a very sad place. I don't know if you've ever been to hospital, you see that there's so much sadness. People who are going through terminal illness. And people are going through a lot of things.
It's really, really sad in the hospital. Like if you're to come into the hospital setting, by the time you're seeing a lot of sick people of different age, different size, different background, it will help you to understand that when you are going into anywhere in your life, you will not discriminate whether it's by age, tribe, or anything, because when illness comes, it doesn't look at anybody's face. That's why when I'm dealing with people outside in life, medical school has actually helped me to look at everybody in life as equal, because when you're alive, even if you're rich or you're poor or whatever, once his illness hits you, you're going to the hospital, you're going to be looking at your doctor as God. So when I'm going out, even if I'm older than this person, even if I'm richer than this person, even if I'm not going to be going into the world with pride, because I know that if death should come now, it's not going to consider me that I'm better than this person, or I'm better than this person. So this hospital setting that I have found myself in has helped me to understand that in life everybody will come and go, and it has helped me to treat life and treat people that come into my path with equality and with humility.
As regards what I said about the hospital being a very, very sad place, I think what you said about because it's a sad place, you're more empathic. I think the reverse is the case in so many cases of doctors and nurses in the hospital today. You may rarely find people who feel deeply for others. I don't know if you've heard of emotional desensitization.
Yeah, I've noticed it in so many doctors,
where you see something repeatedly, you see it a lot of times, and because you've seen it so many times, you're no longer stimulated.
You're not moved by it.
I feel like it happens, and it's a real thing. Because it's a real thing, you need to bring your empathy with you to the hospital, because I think it's the hospital setting that will even take some of it away. Do you understand?
I feel like maybe I'm like this now because I'm just coming into it.
Just starting, because I've seen so many nurses, people will die and they'll be okay
and just move on to the next.
I don't want to be that kind of doctor, so I think it's important every day you wake up and you say, I'm bringing empathy with me today, and not so much that you lose your objectivity when you're treating a patient, and not so little that you cannot feel what the patient is feeling. Definitely. So I think that there should be a balance. There should be a balance in your empathy level.
Has there been a moment when a person's kindness made a difference in your life?
For me, if it's kindness you're talking about, then it's definitely my brother that I'll speak about. I have just one brother, and he's a nice guy. Shout out to you, Bobby. He's so nice, and he's always like
junior or senior.
Okay. He's always like, I hope you're coming back early today. Are you running a fever? Because of his kindness, I just feel the need to be kind. That kindness has a ripple effect. When someone is kind to you, just want to be kind to other people.
Because you like that feeling he gives you. You want to give it to another person.
Exactly. So yes, he has taught me kindness. So to say, he has taught me kindness.
Mine is my dad though. Being the only girl and everything, forget that one. My dad is a very, very kind man. Like there's a particular time that it has to do with my results. And also I'm also seeing the kindness reflecting on my junior brother now, because he's also a medical student. There was this time, and not the fact that he's also medically inclined, but you still see some medically inclined parents that are very, very strict with their children. But for me, he made me so relaxed to the point that there was a time I saw a particular result, not in medical school though, that I was so scared of meeting him, because I was thinking that he was going to, shun me. Like, it was like, why are you going to be getting such a very nasty result for something very, very simple, that kind of thing. But the opposite reaction he gave me, like, took me unawares, and I was like, this was so unexpectedly kind for him to have done that, because seeing that, number one, I was scared. Number two, this was my first time experiencing that kind of failure. It took a lot for me to come to him. He understand. He was like very empathic about the situation. That particular situation made me know that my dad, that no matter the situation, no matter how bad, no matter, he'll be extremely kind to me. And he has really set my standard high when it comes to men. Because if you're not a kind person, whether it's in friendship, relationship, anything, if you're not kind to me, no matter how rich, no matter how big you are, no matter how influential you are, and you come into my life, if you're not kind to me or the people around you, it throws me off, because I'm brought up in a family that is filled with kindness. So if you're not kind, if you're not the kind person, I'm actually like thrown off by that characteristics.
Like, for the fact that kindness is so contagious, it's important to be kind to yourself, so that you can be surrounded by kind people. Because if you show kindness, if I show kindness to you, it's easier for you to show kindness to me as well. So maybe if you're experiencing, like, maybe you're seeing that nobody around you is being kind to you, probably you should check, are you also being kind to them?
Exactly. Or sometimes if you're kind to yourself as well, because there are people that are not kind to themselves. So when they see people being kind to them, they actually bounce it off with negativity. So instead of reciprocating kindness, they reciprocate with meanness, because they're not used to giving themselves this kind of love. So why would I receive this from someone else? Or they'll be like, I don't deserve this kind of thing, because they themselves are not kind to themselves.
True. And another way to say it is, if you are kind to yourself, and people see the way you treat yourself, they will not treat you otherwise.
Definitely. People will treat you the way you treat yourself. I always preach that here. Do you believe in God?
1000%.
I mean, we reflect God's glory. Okay, how did you come about your faith? Is it from your family or from a particular experience?
I've always been a Christian. Obviously, I was born in a Christian home, and let me say from when I was 0 to 10, I was a Christian because I was born into a Christian home. And then let's say 11 to 15, it was just a good person. But then there was a period I moved to a new school, so I saw there were strange people with a strange environment. Everything was strange, and it was a period of isolation and getting to know new people. So it was the perfect opportunity to get to know God better. I think God was stalking me. So when he saw I was alone, he called me on one occasion. So I gave my life to Christ so many times in my life. But then the time this one I'm speaking about is I did not go to him. I did not ask him. He was the one who looked for me and found me. So he called me and I answered. So my born again date is 9th November.
Okay, continue.
I'm done.
Okay, for me, I was obviously born into a Christian family. I grew up in a Christian family, but being born into a Christian family does not, establish that you're a Christian. So for me, it was like different phases of my life that actually built up to my experience in deepening my faith with God. First is when I was younger, my little brother, having experienced a very terminal illness, to the point that they say that he won't be able to walk, he won't be able to talk, he won't be able to hear. He had viral encephalitis at a very small age. And then after all these talks, medical and everything, although I'm a medical doctor to be, after all this, I still saw him go through the miraculous moments of healing. And now he's an extremely tall boy. He runs, he talks, he's writing his exams, he's everything. Despite all that, so anytime I look at him, he's like a walking blessing in front of me. So when I see him and I remember the past, I'll be like, even if someone says that God does not exist, there's just a supernatural being that is there. Even if it's not God that they call him, there is just something that is supernatural, that is beyond this world. Do you get? I'm just saying. Do you get? That's one part of the phase of my life that deepened my spirituality.
Yeah.
Another phase again is my WAEC and my JAM, because my WAEC and my JAM was actually quite intense. We are the pioneers in our school, so we have no seniors, no whatever. We are the first set, so it was like we are the lab rats, just like how we are the lab rats here. And then obviously I was doing well in school, but anytime it comes to an intense examination, there's something that always comes into, I don't know whether it's self-sabotage, but I think it's self-sabotage that always comes into my life. But that period of WAEC, it was just so much that like I've already concluded that there is no how I'm going to pass, and there is no how I'm going to be a medical student. How I came to become a medical student today, that is even in 400 level, is just a blessing. So after seeing that period of life of me going through that phase and passing and still coming into medical school, and I look back, I'll be like, okay, that's last. This is another phase of my life that should tell me that there's actually someone behind me pushing me. Another part again is also another experience that is personal to me and my family. After that particular experience that almost took the life of a loved one, and I see that after all these things that everything went back to normal, like when I thought that nothing would ever go back to normal after that incident, I look back and be like, okay, things still went back to normal. I'm like, last there's someone's hand that is in this thing. So whenever I think about all these past experiences and I'm experiencing something that is kind of shaking my faith, I'll be like, if then all these things happened, I went through it and I'm living now, then what is this thing? So that's like, whenever I think about all these past experiences that has happened in my life, it actually helps to deepen my faith more. Even when my faith is shaking, I just calm down and just reflect to the past. You get? Exactly. What advice can you give someone going through tough time, especially we as medical students?
I'll say God has not left you. The Bible says, be strong and courageous. The same God that parted the Red Sea, that fed the 5,000, same God that sent manna, that is your Father.
Yeah.
So if you're going through any difficulty, if you're feeling overwhelmed, know that you're not alone, and there's someone that you can always talk to.
Yeah.
So if you're not spoken to him in a while, you should go and speak to him. And one thing that God brings is peace. You will not be able to find peace in any other thing. In that, I know that medical school can be so overwhelming.
Yeah.
But probably you're experiencing a burnout now, but stay strong and courageous.
All right, definitely. She has said everything. Just always, find a way to talk to God, because whenever I'm down, no matter the kind of talk I talk with everybody around me, I feel much more relaxed when I've spoken to God. Find time to communicate with him, listen to his word. Whether you don't have the strength to go through his word, listen to his words online. One way or the other, God finds a way to always speak to you. So whether it's through a scripture, you just open that scripture, will be speaking directly to you at that point in time. So always find time to always talk to him. It goes a long way in bringing back your peace.
To him. And aside that, you should also find someone you can confide in. But then if you have someone that you can confide in to tell things to, then you should probably do that as well.
Yeah, it's actually another good advice.
Yeah, God has blessed us with so many wonderful people. You just have to recognize them around you.
Yeah.
But you have to people that you can trust, not just anybody. Don't be someone that spills her issues
to anybody and anything.
Yeah.
If you could talk to a younger version of yourself, what would I tell you, the younger version of yourself?
I would say, just embrace every moment, like what you're passing through now, whatever you are going through, or whatever you're experiencing. Just live in that moment and do not overthink the future. Do not spend time thinking, okay, well, how is going to happen? What's not going to happen? And stop being too worried. Jesus, stop being too worried about things. Just live in the moment and be very happy.
All right. For me, I heard somewhere from one of my favorite content creators. She's in her 50s now. She always says that in life we don't lose, we either win or we learn. So I will tell my younger version of myself that there is no loss. Whatever you're going through now, you might see it as, oh my God, why didn't this happen the way I want it to be? Always just look at that thing not happening the way you want it to be, and find a way to find a lesson in that thing that did not happen the way you want it to be. Try to see what can I learn from this past experience. Is there anything that I can change about myself? Is there anything I can change about my approach to that situation? And find a way to make sure that in the future you tackle any situation that is similar to that better than you did in the past. I know that whatever situation you're going through now, it's not a loss. You're either going to win or you just learn from it. That's what I'm going to tell my younger
that,
person.
like, all things will work together for your good,
Yeah.
as far as you love God. So there's so many things that I look at in hindsight, and I just think, well, that was for my good. If that did not happen, this will not have happened, or that will not have happened. So
Definitely.
the thing is that you have to understand that as a Christian, you cannot be disadvantaged, and when you live in that,
It saves you from a lot of stress and anxiety. It's for generations listening to this in years to come. What is the wisdom that you want to pass on to them, that you want them to know? Yes.
Hello, 2085. A cat's flying now.
Probably.
One thing I would say is that trends will come and go.
Yeah.
There's so many trends now. Probably that the world is crazy. But whatever trend that's on ground currently, you know that it's going to pass. But one thing that remains constant is God's word, and that is something that you can trust. The only thing that would remain is God. So you should invest your time, your energy, your person into something that's eternal, right?
Yeah.
And not temporal things.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I would advise you.
In years to come, trust me, there's going to be more social media chaotic extravaganzas.
Or no social media.
Or even worse. Who knows?
No social media.
No social media. In the next
Social media.
Okay, in the next couple of years, I would like you to know that the things that matter in life the most, always prioritize these things: God, yourself, and your family. These three things: God, yourself, and your family. And by family is not just by blood. Blood is one thing. Family can turn from your people in the church, your friends, your guardians, the people that have made so much impact in your life. These things are your priority. The rest are miscellaneous. Do you get? Every other thing that is happening around you is miscellaneous. Money is miscellaneous. You know, the party, the everything is miscellaneous. Every other thing that is happening in life, like she said, trends are miscellaneous. I've seen people that they are growing okay, good and fine, they are still having good relationship with God, but you see them, they forget their family members when they've made it in life. They just become selfish and forget their family members, or forget the people that have actually made an impact in your life. Just know that as you're growing, do not forget where you came from. Do not forget your foundation. Do not forget who brought you into this world. Don't forget people that raised you. These people are very important in your life. Actually, always hold these people to your heart. Hold God to your heart. Hold your family to your heart. Hold your guidance to your heart. Hold the important people to your heart, because you know, human beings, like I said in one of my videos, they come and go. You might see your family today, the next minute you'll not see them again. Make sure that you appreciate the people around you. Make sure you do not forget God. Make sure you do not forget the people that have impacted things in your life. No matter how much or how far or wherever you go in this life, keep these three important people in your life always close to your heart. If you've gotten to this point of the video, it's obvious you'll be enjoying these beautiful faces. So why have you not liked this video? Like it, share to your friends, your family, and your enemies. Subscribe and turn on your post notification bell so that you don't miss out any video that drops on this channel. And I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Do go ahead and check out this video here where I spoke about friendships and acquaintances. You're going to enjoy it, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Until then, bye.
This cup is empty. Don't give me anything.
You just have to embarrass me. Please finish. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Things happen.
Don't edit that part out.
I'll put it in the end.